Welcome back to the Traveling Templar channel. Today's video celebrates the feast day of Saint Alban, the patron saint of converts, refugees, and torture victims. Saint Alban is also considered the first British Christian martyr, and in some theories, the founder of Freemasonry in England. He lived sometime between the 3rd and 4th centuries, but the exact dates are debated. According to legend, Alban was a pagan Roman soldier who gave refuge to a Christian priest named Amphibalus, who was fleeing persecutors. It is said that while hiding this priest, he converted to Christianity, as it was said he was impressed by the faith and piety of the priest. When his house was to be searched, he donned the priest's robes to take his place and allow the priest to escape. When the Roman magistrate discovered Alban was not the priest, Alban was given a choice: comply with the pagan rites or be executed. Alban responded with, "I worship and adore the true and living God who created all things." Alban was then whipped, but he endured the torture. The judge then ordered Alban to be taken to the top of the hill and beheaded. To get to the hill, they had to cross a swift running river, thought to be the River Ver, and the closest bridge was impassable due to protesters condemning Alban's punishments. Alban looked to the heavens, and a part of the river dried up to allow safe passage. Such a show of power caused one of the executioners to throw down his weapons and ask to be executed alongside St. Alban. They were taken to the hill, and before he was killed, Alban prayed for water to slake his thirst, whereupon water sprang from the hill at his feet. It was here that he was beheaded. It is believed that he was killed at the top of a hill near Verulamium, now known as St. Albans. Immediately after striking the fatal blow, the executioner's eyes popped out of his head. It is believed that God so punished him so he could not rejoice over St. Alban's death. This hill is now called Holywell Hill, which is said to be a beautiful place with a cathedral at the top of the hill and a well at the bottom. The town of St. Albans became a cult center for the veneration of St. Alban. In England, it is a popular pilgrimage for Christians, and the name Alban was brought across to the U.S., where many cities are named after him. For example, Albany, New York. Such is his influence in England that many have considered him as a replacement for the patron saint of England, as St. George never lived in England. In Switzerland, the largest annual festival is called Albanifest. The Washington National Cathedral in Washington, D.C. is located on Mount St. Alban. As a Christian martyr, St. Alban demonstrated the power of faith in the face of persecution, as well as the power of charity and hospitality, even to strangers and refugees. In Masonic lore, a document called the Matthew Cook manuscript mentions a St. Alban who loved well Masons, and he gave them first their charges and manners first in England. This manuscript is the oldest of a class of early documents known as Freemasonry's Gothic constitutions, and the second oldest known manuscript in Masonic history. The Kraus manuscript, circa 18th century, where St. Amphibalus, the priest St. Alban helped, is described as a teacher to St. Alban. It is thought that St. Adhebel, mentioned in Cook, is a bastardization of St. Amphibalus. Some legends concerning these two state that St. Alban was in Rome to serve in the army, but returned to England after his tour was completed. On his return home, he was accompanied by St. Amphibalus. In this story, Amphibalus fled from persecution to Alban, not out of chance, but because they were already friends. During their friendship, Amphibalus is said to have converted him to Christianity, and where Alban created his regulations of the craft. The story would evolve from the Cook manuscript to the Kraus manuscript and Doland manuscript. Another Masonic source states that St. Alban was employed by the household of Carausius, who revolted against the Roman Emperor Maximilian and declared themselves emperors in England. Carausius is said to have put Alban in charge of building the walls and serving as superintendent of the craft. Some have declared him to be the founder of Freemasonry in England. Whether this legend is true or not, the art of masonry was introduced to England through the Romans and their artificers, which may have included St. Alban. This legend of St. Alban with masonry was perpetuated by Dr. Anderson in the second edition of his Constitutions of Freemasonry. The fog of time has clouded the research into St. Alban and his relationship to the craft, but it does merit further research. Today, there are about 24 Masonic lodges around the world named for St. Alban. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and you can also follow me on X, Instagram, and Facebook.